Hey guys, I'm Nicole Coquette and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, what's up? Today I am talking about making my September curriculum. If you're on TikTok and you're on the academia side of TikTok, you may have seen a bunch of girlies talking about their monthly curriculum. I'm not sure exactly who started this trend, although there's subreddits dedicated to, educating yourself, like self-led education, and there's probably some videos on YouTube that are older that talk about their own curriculum. So this isn't necessarily a new concept, but it is like a hot trend right now. And I love it. I've always loved to just Google things and learn weird things and yap about it. But as the past few years being sucked into the short form content, I feel like my brain has kind of went to mush. And so I've been actively trying to read more and use my brain more. But when I found out that people were doing their own curriculums and educating themselves, I love this because I already kind of do that with certain topics that I like, but I've not ever really taken classes online, and I like the structure of it. So we're gonna be trying it for September. First thing I did is I got me a binder and I put a piece of paper in here that's got my classes, and I think there's some on the back too, but it's got some resources and kind of breaks down what I'm doing for my own personal self. This notebook right here is for my word of the day. Then I just got some folders that are extra in here. I don't really know how I'll do them. And then I have some dividers with some paper for me to take notes on the subjects that I am reading. So I like that. It makes me feel like I'm in school again. The first thing that I am doing, and this is not just going to be for the month, this is going to continue on through the process until I get tired of it, but I want to increase or broaden my vocabulary skills. So I have a little dictionary. I may get a bigger one, or I may start doing it online, but I really enjoy physical books. So what I'm going to do is just open it and then run my finger down the page and then stop. And then wherever it stops, if it is a word that I already know, or it's an easy word, we're gonna just move somewhere else on the page for a word that is difficult. I landed on equal opportunity employer. I feel like that's kind of easy. So let's go down to equanimity. Everything, first of all, it's not just the word's not written out, it's hyphenated, to show you the syllables. So it's equanimity, and it means composure. I don't think I knew that word. So I would define the word, and then I would write a couple sentences using it in a sentence just to kind of see how it works. My next course that I'm doing is Constitutional Foundations of American Government, and it is a Harvard course, and it is free on edx.org, and you just have to make an account and then you can register, and it gives you a month to do, and it's free. If you want to get credit for it for a certificate, you can pay $100 and something, but I don't see the point. It's not going to count as a college credit for anything. I'm doing this for myself, so I'm just taking the class. Now, it does require a textbook that is written by the teacher of the course, but I was able to find it on archive.org. I just made an account and I checked it out, and so I can read the chapters in there. So that's really cool, to actually have access to the textbook through archive.org. It also has some suggested reading for the chapters or the sections that you're working on, and it gives you the links to them, so those you're able to access as well. So I'm just gonna use my binder to take notes on everything, and I don't know if I'm gonna do a research paper, but I might just maybe do an essay at the end for myself, just so I can kind of make sure that I understand and absorb what I learned, because what's the point if I didn't learn anything? The next thing that I'm doing, I want to focus on cooking, and I thought I could get cookbooks or maybe work on specific techniques. The the first thing that I went and did is I got this cookbook. It's Foods with a Foreign Flavor, Favorite Recipes of Home Economic Teachers, which is kind of random, but whatever. But at the beginning, it kind of breaks down a bunch of spices. Like, it tells you like the flavors, like kind of what it tastes like and what it's usually used with. And then it breaks up the book into like regions, like Italy, Greece, Germany, and then it'll kind of like have a picture of the area, but it has just a bunch of different recipes. So I thought it would be fun to just kind of go through and pick something to try to cook with. And then next month I might actually work on like actual techniques. That's the plan. We'll see how it goes. Now don't laugh at me, okay? I'm not good at math, okay? I feel like a lot of us don't really use math, like besides basic addition, subtraction, maybe a little bit of multiplication and like time and money, okay? And I never understood how to do percentages. Like my grandma used to always be like, we'd be in the store and she would, oh, this is like 45% off, so this will be this much. I'm like, how do you know? The only one I know is 50% off. And she would try to explain it to me and it would just go over my head. And she's like, you don't get it? I'm like, no, I absolutely do not get it. So needless to say, I'm not good at math, and my kids are always like, Mom, you don't know how to do this? I'm like, no, I've been out of school for like 20 years, so I feel embarrassed to show this. This is a grade 4 volume 1 like little workbook, okay? And I have volume 2, and then I have volume 1 and 2 of 5th grade. Now, I should probably know a lot of the stuff in here. When it gets to fractions, maybe that's where I'm gonna need a refresher. I don't know, but you know, I'm gonna start doing it, and if it's too easy, I'll just move on to the next one. And then once I finish the 5th grade one, if you go to Khan Academy online, they have a lot of free courses and like lessons for all the grades. So I know that once I get to the middle school level, I'm not gonna really know how to do anything that's like pre-algebra. And then beyond that, like that's where I'm gonna need like actual like learning. But we're gonna start with a little refresher with this activity book. Now, another course that I'm doing is all about the chakras, because I am a spiritual girly. That's my altar behind me. And I've been, you know, working on my root chakra for a while. And I feel like it's not completely boomed open, but I feel like I've made a lot of progress, and I feel like I've now moved on to like working on my sacral chakra, and I would like to learn more about the chakras. So I did check out a book about chakras from my library. I gotta pick it up tomorrow. It's on hold because it had to come from another library to my library, because I live in rural North Carolina, and like the chakra book selection is extremely limited. I don't even know if this will be a good book, but I do have a free PDF workbook on chakras that I found online. I can't print it out because I'm out of ink right now, but I figured I would just write the answers down in like my little binder. But we're gonna learn about chakras. And the last thing that I'm working on is I am trying to read more. This is something that I had been working on last year, and I did pretty good last year. This year I've kind of fallen off the wayside. But the goal is for each month have 2 books, one a fiction and one a nonfiction, and one an audiobook and one a physical book. It doesn't really necessarily matter which one is which. It's just, those are the criteria. And so currently right now, I have as my physical book, What Wild Women Do by Karma Brown. I found it in a little free library and I just picked it up. I didn't read the back. I have no idea what it's about. I'm a little bit in. It is about a couple. So I'm thinking it might be like a coming of age thing for her, or it could be a romance. I don't know. We'll see. I think I might be leaning more into like a coming of age. We'll find out. But I can read this in the morning time, like when I take my kids to school in the morning. We get there a little bit earlier, so we don't have to wait in a very long line, and they're kind of pushing it to get in on time. So we opt to go a little bit earlier and just kind of sit for 20 minutes. And everyone's just kind of chilling, listening to music or playing on their phone. And then this is like a perfect time for me to read my physical book. Now, my audiobook currently is Men Who Hate Women by Laura Bates. So I don't want to listen to that around my kids because it is very graphic. It is about men who hate women, such as incels, pickup artists, men's rights activists, and then we just got to like trolls and stuff, like men who hound women, and I'm on like chapter 5, and so I got a while to go, and it's very graphic, and I don't want my children to really hear that, so I listen to that when I'm driving to go pick them up and when I'm driving back from dropping them off. So yeah, and then sometimes in the evening, but you know, driving is kind of when I listen to it the most. But I'm 6 hours in, and it's like a 13-hour book, so we're making progress. So yeah, will I finish everything in the month of September? Probably not. You know, this is something consistently that I want to do every day, is the word of the day. And then the only thing that really has a time frame is the edx.orgs. Like, you are only enrolled in it for like a month. And I kind of enrolled in it a little bit before September 1st because I was excited and like looking for courses. So I gotta see if I can get through it. I think I have until like the 20th. Or something, maybe 20 something, I don't know, but it's a 6-week course and they're only giving you a month, so I don't know if you can like redo it. And I guess if you lose progress, it doesn't really matter because like it's just for me and I have my notes, but we shall see. That's the only one that has a time frame. Everything else can kind of be like at my own leisure. And I say my September curriculum, but like I said, the math, the word of the day are definitely absolutely 100% going to be rolling over into every month. And then some of my other things may roll over as well. So we're just going to play it by ear. This is my first time doing it, but I'm really excited. And if you are interested in doing a curriculum of the month, you should let me know in the comments below, because I love this and I think it's fun, and I think it's really cool to see like what other people want to learn. Like, usually in my free time, the things that I look up a lot are obviously like witchy stuff, and herbs, like making tinctures and like drying leaves and things that can be used as like medicines and stuff like that. Like, that's like a little hobby of mine, so I do a lot of research in that, and that is probably something that I will do going forward. But this is just kind of what I settled on now, and this will kind of be the test to see how much I can do in a month and adjust it from there. So yeah, if you like this, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it, and maybe give this video a thumbs up to help please the algorithm gods, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.